Hey, hey. Whoops. I have no mic. Hang on. All right. What about now? Are we working? Now it should be good. All right. We're back to normal. All right. Dude, you know what I did like a fucking idiot? I went to plug in my mic and I hit my on-off button on my computer. So I shut my whole computer down. I was like, oh my God, I did not just do that. But yes, I did. Hang on. The dogs are barking. Go. Go. They're so quiet until I go live. So yes, I apologize for the mishap. I couldn't believe I did that. I was like, what the fuck? So yeah. And it's not like easy like StreamYards. So OBS can be a nightmare. So here we are though. We're back. What's up, Joy? Hey Sly Angel, Blue, Rock Jam, Sweet Misery, first one in the house, Roadie Girl, Rach. What's up? What's up? Make sure you guys hit the thumbs up. No matter what you believe with Karen Reed, she was found not guilty. Exactly what she should have been found. Do I feel bad for John's family? Yeah, I do. But not because Karen did anything. Now, what makes me sad and what I've thought about all day, how many people have been found guilty in that courtroom with those cops, with that judge, when they were actually innocent? That's what worries me. Because most people are not going to have the dream team of lawyers that she had. But she had a fucking dream team, especially ones that worked for free second trial. So it makes you wonder how many people were found guilty that were actually innocent just because they didn't have the same people. It's bullshit. I agree. And the sad part is, oh, Jeanette, ouch. You belong with Dolly over there. Here's the thing, though. All right? Here's the thing. Even if you believe she was guilty, okay? There was still so much corruption, so much reasonable doubt, and there's just no way that happened. And the experts, forget the lawyers, forget the fancy lawyers, just look at the experts. And the true experts, you know, like the ones, I forgot, starts with an A, forgot the name. But these people know what they're doing. And they 100% said that did not happen from a car. To me, forget the fancy lawyers, that means a lot. Oh, I was listening to the evidence, 100%. Many of us were listening to the evidence. The evidence clearly showed, Arca, the evidence clearly showed that she was innocent. She was factually innocent and she was innocent. What people heard was her doing an interview and all of a sudden, you know, I think that's a very normal reaction of, did I hit him? Did I do it? I really think that's a very normal reaction. I do not believe that she did all that. No, she did it, ran away, you know, blah, blah, blah. It's just, no, sorry. The evidence spoke and the evidence showed that she did not do this. That the force of a car would not have done this. And the whole scenario with the dog, really weighed a lot, a lot. And I think it's absolutely disgusting that they try to get her twice. I think the defense took a very bold move in doing the DWI. But here's my thing. I don't really understand. I mean, I get it, but why did they have to convict her of something? Like, why is that the mentality? Well, we need to convict her of something. Why? If she's innocent, she's fucking innocent. She didn't need to be convicted of anything. The judge was also completely corrupt in this case. There is absolutely no denying that. Bev needs to be off the fucking stand. Hank knew he was defeated. After he lost, I think he did a wonderful job. What I found interesting was when, and I'm surprised I didn't hear any of the lawyers, well, I was listening to Melanie Little, but I'm surprised nobody said anything about this. When she said, oh, so you want her to be sentenced just like anybody else for a first defendant? Yeah, why wouldn't he be? Why would she be cited different than the law? That to me right there shows how fucked up this trial was. And yeah, all the guys were drunk too. All the cops were drunk too. Why didn't they go to jail? Why aren't they on probation? She wasn't arrested for being drunk. I mean, I get why they put that charge there. Just so, I mean, it was smart of them. They obviously knew what they're doing. But it was a bold move. And I kind of thought it was a wrong move. She didn't get arrested for a DWI. She didn't, or an OWI. So big deal. She was drinking. So was everybody fucking else. So, granted, if it meant her being guilty or not guilty, so you want to charge her with something, okay, I get it. But what if they charged her and gave her 10 years or something? Well, then again, I guess Jackson or Alessi, whoever, decided to put this on the map, they were right. They should have. Because juries want to charge something. But I also wonder what the first verdict said. Was, the sealed one? Was it not guilty across the board? What was it? Why couldn't they open it after the second one came out? Was she guilty? No, I don't think so. The lawyers were right in saying that they believe that she was just found guilty of the OWI, and that's probably what they're fighting with. So I totally appreciate that. But the jury's going to talk, I'll tell you that much. But it was funny, though, because Dayton called me the second Bev is about to read it. I was like, Dayton, I got to go. He's like, no, I need to talk to you. I'm like, you're going to have to wait. I was so mad. I'm like, why are you calling me at this very second? Maybe this is a sign. But thank God she was found not guilty, as she should have. Yeah, I wonder what Glaire's going to do now. Glare, what are you going to talk about now? And Dolly, see, Dolly was in my Facebook group. I have a Facebook group about Karen Reed. And Dolly was in the Facebook group promoting himself with clickbait, saying, oh, she's guilty, otherwise they would have come back with a jury. So, Dolly, how do you feel now? You probably feel stupid. So, yeah, not guilty, not guilty, not guilty. Well-deserved, not guilty. She's broke. She's probably going to live with her parents now. I definitely do not see this as a, whatchamacallit, as like a Casey Anthony thing or anything like that. I don't see that like this. And I know a lot of people are talking that it is like that, but it's not. This isn't an OJ thing. This was clear corruption, clear deception, and it's about fucking time that justice prevailed properly. Granted, she had a dream team behind her who were amazing. But at the end of the day, the evidence still spoke for itself. She was factually innocent, and she was innocent. I don't care if you didn't like the way she looked, or you didn't like her smile, or it doesn't matter. She was factually innocent. So I think it's disgusting that people want to put her together as someone like Casey Anthony. Hey, Wellington, Proctor is doing Dateline interview tonight. Oh, I'm sure he is. But where the dream team came in is knowing who to call, who not to call. Because there were things I was sitting there like ask him this, ask him that. But Jackson, he was fucking brilliant, I will say. Hang on. So if I ever get charged with murder, I'm going to hire Jackson. Although it'll cost me millions, I think it'll be worth it. Come here. He was crying into a napkin. He should be crying. Absolutely should be crying. And, you know, here's another thing that has been eating at me since the beginning. And I mean, I'll be honest with you. I didn't pick it up until I think it was someone on Melanie Little said it, maybe? Yeah, she's really the main lawyer that I watched. Or maybe it was one of her subs. Maybe it was one of her donators that said it. But think about this. Jen McCabe cares so much about him. Cares so much about John. They were besties. They were so close, blah, blah, blah. John was a popular, well-documented police officer. So why did she tell the police, oh, it was just a man on the lawn? Why didn't you wholeheartedly say it was a police officer? Because that would have made a difference. Why? Why didn't they? Why didn't she? That's not a good friend. A good friend is going to say, oh my God, there's a police officer on the lawn. There were so many things that pointed to corruption. Even the way Bev was acting was like insane. Absolutely insane. Giving signs, like crazy. And the dog. Here's another one. The dog. Where was the dog at 5:36 in the morning? Hey, sweetie pie. And John, I'm sorry, not John. Jen McCabe wasn't even worried about what was happening inside the house. And I talked about this a couple of days ago. How could you not think that your whole family was murdered? Why would you automatically assume that everyone in the house was fine? There's a dead body on the front lawn. Hello? And they're all like, oh, we love John O'Keefe and we're going to stay with his family. Blah, bitch, sit the fuck down. You are disgusting. You fake ass bitch, because you know damn well who really killed them. But no, you're going to side with the family and, you know, he was our friend. Bitch, he wasn't your fucking friend. Just stop. Friends don't let friends die on the front lawn, you asshole. And where was the dog, too? Where was the dog? Jen McCabe openly admitted the dog wasn't there at 5:30 in the morning. I always give my friends, my family a dog when they leave. I mean, come on. So yeah, even if she hit him, they blew the case. So even if it was honky-dory and it didn't happen the way Jackson said it happened, and let's say she did hit him, let's just say she did, they certainly have enough corruption to put reasonable doubt in the jurors' minds, in everybody's minds. So that's what happens when you have a shady fucking investigation. That's what happens when you have corruption. That's what happens when you have a cop that's trying to set someone up. Now, let me go one step further. And this goes back, anyone that followed me in Making a Murderer. I am not saying that every single person was involved in this cover-up, because most likely they weren't. Most likely only Higgins and Brian Albert were involved in it. I don't even think Proctor was involved in it. I think Proctor and any other cop was told, yes, she did this, but we don't have the proof, so let's figure out how to make the proof. But that doesn't mean that Proctor knew what actually happened. It doesn't mean that the other cop knew what actually happened. I'm sure very few people knew what actually happened. I believe Brian Albert knew what happened. I believe Brian Higgins knew what happened. But aside from the two of them, I don't believe anybody else knew what happened. Because it's like a game of telephone. Once you start telling this one and that one and this one and that one, well, guess what? Now you're fucked. Because one of them is going to talk. So what I'm worried for, I'm worried about Karen's life. Still living in that town, you're found not guilty. It worries me something's going to happen to her. And I can't be the only person that feels like that. Like, I'm sure her lawyers told her to be careful. I'm sure lots of people told her to be careful. And that's a scary thought. It really is a scary thought. But I do wonder, does she have to watch her back? Is she going to end up dead? Is she, are these cops going to go that far? I don't know. Look at Sandra, what's her last name? Think about it. Look what happened to her. And then to find out that it wasn't even the cop's baby. That's insane. Birchmore? Sandra Birchmore. The guy that killed her wasn't even his fucking kid. So he's in jail for murder for nothing. A girl lost her life. A baby lost its life. A seemingly good cop is now in jail for the rest of his life. And the baby wasn't even his. Wow. How fucked up do you feel? It's insane. Absolutely insane. Oh, they said on the program I was watching about her safety. I'm telling you, she's got to be careful. I don't know if she can move away at the moment because she doesn't have any money left. But think about it. All right, she was found not guilty. She has no job. She has an X on her back. Many people don't believe that she's truly guilty. I mean, that she's truly innocent. They think she got off for whatever reason. And that it was, a judgment error, whatever. So she's got no job, no money. She's in debt, but they'll write it off. But think about it. What does she have? And now, well, yeah, now she's got a year of probation. What does she have? John's mom can't sue her. She was found not guilty. I mean, I guess he can, but what is she suing him for? I don't think she can win. I mean, that's just my own opinion. I don't see how she could win in civil court when she didn't win on a technicality. She can't even have a few drinks, celebrate because she's on probation. I don't know. I mean, the good thing is she never spent a day in jail. Well, I think she did in the beginning, but she was she was out on bail. Yeah, but I guess so. But OJ was free on a technicality. She was factually innocent. Yeah, exactly. They filed a civil suit, but it won't have a leg to stand on. Yeah, they won and never got a dime. And that's kind of sad. Yeah, he actually, what I found out, I just heard this recently too, that the reason why OJ ended up going to jail for all that time, because he didn't want to call the police because if the cops, because if it got out how much this stuff was worth, he would have owed it to he would have owed it to Nicole's family. So he went the illegal route, and this way they couldn't get the money. I was like, damn, I didn't know that. I was like, that's interesting. That's what I said. Karen has nothing left. I think she's got to like move in with her parents. She deserves offers for movies, books, etc. I mean, think about it. This wasn't some lowlife. She was educated, wealthy, had a good job, had a good life, all ripped away from her for a setup. Think about that for a second. Like, seriously, that's pretty intense. Karen lives about 45 minutes from where John was killed. She doesn't live in that town. Yeah, but either way, I mean, it's still pretty close. It's not like they don't know where she lives. Turtle Boy's doing his own doc. Go Turtle Boy. I don't know. Melanie Little had a Mark Betterow, I think his name is, on today. She was talking about Paris Hilton and a documentary about Paris Hilton. So I went and read it. I went and listened to it. It's on YouTube. I didn't like the way she was talking in it because she was like so dramatic. But I did not know that she was taken to one of these teen camps that fucking beat the shit out of you and molest you and all that shit that you read about. A lot of stars have, but she was like the first one to talk about it publicly. And yeah, I didn't know that. But her parents had her kidnapped and taken to one of these camps. It was a pretty good documentary. I'll give Melanie a little credit for that. I was like, I'm not gonna like this. I hate Paris Hilton. But it was actually really good. She did go through hell. I had no idea. I just figured she was a spoiled ass rich kid. I've seen the microdots. I've seen a few of his videos. Oh. Yeah, it was good, Rectum. It really was. All right. So that's what I had to say about Karen Reed. About 15 minutes before I went live, I saw NUNYA did a video. I have not had a chance to listen to all of it. I did listen to some of it. And I got a few things to say about it. So I figured we can go through it together. Maybe that was it, Sweetie Pie. I don't remember the name of it. That could have been it. But it had her meeting up with people at the end. She was like meeting up with other people that went to the camp. It was really good. Like I said, I just didn't care for her, like her tone in it. It was like, bleh. I don't know, she just seemed like a fucking drama queen. What's up with membership? Why is nobody buying memberships anymore? Nobody wants to be a member? Come on, guys. Let's get some memberships going. And I don't mean gifted memberships. I mean people actually wanting to support. Where's my members? Where's the love? We need some love. Aww. And one thing I will tell you, is it just me? Tell me if you guys notice this. I feel like, and I really mean this, I feel like so many people in this community are changing who they are. And I'm not talking about changing, I mean like the way they're talking, they all sound so fucking fake. And it's like, just be yourself. I heard people today who claim they're educated and use intelligent words said some of the craziest, most low-life shit I ever heard in my entire life. And I'm sitting there going like, really, dude? Really? And I don't get it. I don't get why people just can't be themselves. Like, just be you. People don't like you, great. If they do, great. If they don't, great. But come on now. Just be you. Stop trying to be someone else. Or, when you don't normally sound gangster, you sound like an asshole when all of a sudden you want to sound gangster. I don't know. I find it so irritating. Like, that's not how you talk in your everyday life. Just fucking be you. Stop trying to be phony. And I see this in the other community too. In the lolcow community, it's like some of them are just so fucking fake. And it's so obvious. Stop being fake. Just fucking be you. I don't get it. Maybe it's a good thing I don't get it. All right. Exactly, Amber. That's what I'm saying. It's like you just hear them talk and look, just be you. I'm talking about a few different people, Amanda. Not just one or two. But one of them, some of it you're about to hear. All right. I'm going to go back here. Guys, there's only 34 thumb ups. Let's go. Let's buy some memberships. Let's get some super chats. Let's get some cash apps. But most importantly, hit the thumb up. It's free. It costs nothing. Hit it.
Then this time comes around. This live comes around. Okay. And so then we move into, we've got this live stream. Sorry, I'm not going to be reading the chat much, but then you've got this live stream that rolls around, and it's kind of starts off with the same theme. All right, cool. And I, again, in my head, so for me, I did feel bad for Unsupervised at one point in time, because I felt like this is only her second live stream that I have seen, at least personally. And she brought people, she basically opened up her panel, which is dangerous because you don't know like who's going to say what, how they're going to act, or if they can even be cordial.
Okay. Now, right here, Nunya's talking all normal, her normal self. So let's see how this progresses.
Adults. I respected the fuck out of her conversation that she was attempting to have of, let's have people from opposite sides come up here, be adults, talk to each other, and see if even at the end of this talk, we just don't fuck with each other. That's cool, but we're just going to part ways and, you know, again, just keep doing us. Okay, cool. I understood the concept of it. Okay. I agreed with her stance on Salty. I think that Salty and Barbecue have some kind of drama from TikTok. I don't know all the ins and outs of it. I think questioning somebody's experience that they may have had as a child is fucking sick and gross. I don't fuck with that, but I don't know Salty like that also. So she ain't no friend of mine. So I don't give a fuck. Like, if that's what she chooses to question on the internet, people question shit all fucking day long on the internet. There's a lady who just lost her kid on TikTok in a tragic accident. And people don't give a fuck. They're questioning all this shit about that because they don't like the lady, right? So they question, you can question all you want all day, every day, but it still is gross to some people. So that
kind of like when someone has cancer, but if someone doesn't like them, then it doesn't matter. Kind of like that.
that's just, you know, that's just how it goes. Okay. During that live stream, I'm still sitting there and I'm just like, I actually ended up having to watch the replay. And I wish I would have been there during, but I wasn't. So I'm watching the replay, and there's just so many different things that I'm like, are these people all fucking insane? You have these people who stand behind somebody. I don't care who the person is, right? That person could be Clue. That person could be Queen. That person could be Brittany J. That person could be Jonesin. That person could be Sinner. That person could be Unsupervised. That person could be Laura. I don't care who the person is that these subs stand behind, but they cheer that shit on like they are in the cheer competition of 2025. Okay? And my thing personally is, and that's just me, okay? Personally, I feel like when you sit there and you cheer on your own favorite fucking creator, you should shut the fuck up about another creator you don't like doing those same exact fucking things.
And I agree with her on this 100%. But she fails to see her own friends. And that's my issue. And I'm going to explain what I mean. But she sits next to someone who does this same thing. I don't disagree with her. But it does apply to people in her close circle. Thank you, Rock Gem. All right, Rock Gem starts off Super Chat train. Woo woo! Who's jumping on next?
Because you have no rights to say shit. How dare you talking about somebody else grifting, somebody else exploiting their kid, somebody else harming their children, somebody else having CPS go on them, somebody else doing drugs, somebody else being an addict. Meanwhile, your favorite fucking creator is the same goddamn thing.
Okay, but here's the problem. Not every creator is on drugs. Not every creator is a grifter. Not every creator does those things. I personally am highly against getting high on a stream. I am highly against pot being used on a stream. I've said this for a long time. And I'm not saying that, she's picking me out. I'm just saying in general where I agree with you, like, I'll call it out. Queen Bee's people have no problem with her being stoned all day. Well, either do Jonesins. Jonesins people have no problem with her being stoned. I'm sorry, I personally think it's disgusting. That I've said this for years. I mean, they weren't the first to come along. Hi. I used to yell at Dolly for it. I personally find it vile. That's a personal choice. Thank you, Joy. Woo woo. Joy jumps on the super chat train. Hop on, all aboard.
Make that shit make sense. Do y'all know how, like, I have never seen so many blinded by hate people in my life.
Marty McFly in the house. Dude, I saw you. I don't remember where. I don't remember which stream, but I believe that it was you. And I was like, oh my God. Oh my God, Marty. It may have been a low-cal community. I don't remember where it was. But I was like, Marty, it's so funny that you're in here. I know. Congrats, Karen Reed. Thank you, Sweet Misery. Woo woo. Sweet Misery jumps on the super chat train. Woo woo.
And it's not just one-sided. Like, every single freaking side of this at this point in time, they are all blinded by hate. They are hate obsessed. It is ridiculous. There are major issues going on in the country. Okay, and I'm not trying to get all political. I don't give a fuck if you're left, right, center, U-turned, whatever you are. Doesn't make a difference to me. But there's some real shit going on in our country right now, and we're over here like, Brittany J is this, and Queen Bee is that.
Okay, the reason why that made me laugh, Nunya, serious question here. The people that you named, the people that you hang out with, put these aside. Do you really think Queen Bee, maybe Sinner, I don't know, Jones, I mean, do you really think these people could have an intellectual political conversation? I mean, come on now. Let's be real. I mean, honestly, let's call a spade a spade. So for you to say, yes, I agree with you, there are real things going on in the world. But most of us, myself included, don't follow it close enough to have a conversation about it or to have a real conversation about it. And who the fuck wants to listen to B10 talk about it? But you know what I'm saying? So I just think it's funny that you say this because you're right, but look at who you're talking about, like for real. Hey, Zoots.
And Jay is this, and Granny is this. Like, who gives a fuck? Y'all don't give a fuck about none of these goddamn people. None of them. You don't give a fuck. If they fell off the face of the earth tomorrow, some of y'all's hearts speak for themselves because your hearts would be smiling. Maybe not your face, but your heart would definitely be smiling at the demise of somebody else. I heard okay, hold on. Wait, let me just pause there for a second. Just run and rub it in my stalker's face that Karen Reed was found not guilty. Actually, they asked me to wake you up today, DZ, but I knew you were in a lot of pain today and recovering. So I told them you couldn't come out and play. But there you go. Okay. All right. Love you, friend. I can't do our handshake right now on live stream, but you know, handshake to you. Okay. You know he's gonna be like, this is just wrong. The people were influenced by that damn turtle boy. That's what happened. I'm gonna put my Crocs on and go after them. Anyways, okay. Anywho, quick healing vibes to our Deetsy. Okay. So I watched that stream, found myself only a little bit irritated because I just was watching it, right? And I was just like, okay, cool. And then I think it was Jonesin who reviewed Laura's stream. I did not watch Laura's stream. That is not my choice. Okay. But I did watch Jonesin's stream of Laura's stream. Now, I did not watch all three.
What the fuck was that? I didn't watch Laura's stream. That's by choice. Okay. And why do you have to throw that out there? Are you afraid people are going to be like, oh my God, she watched Laura's stream? You would think I fucking committed murder. Like, for real. But carry on.
Streams that she did, wink wink. I just watched the very last one because I never know when she's going to go live, and if I happen to open my app, I happen to open my app and I happen to be there. Okay. So I was watching that, and so I'm hearing some of the interactions. Okay. And I get a little bit confused. Okay. So unsupervised maniacs makes it clear to Sinner when he's on panel that these things.
What does that have to do with my stream? Now, I didn't watch Jonesin's stream on me because I knew I didn't want to get into a back and forth with her, so I just never did. But what did watching my stream have to do with unsupervised and Sinner? Was that what it was about on her third stream? I have no idea. I just thought that was very weird.
Things that he thinks she has said, she never said. And that it's very clear that there is a disconnect, right? There's a miscommunication that it has happened. Okay. It's very clear. He seems to understand that. She seems to understand that. But he still stays angry. By golly, he still stays angry. Okay. All right. Cool, cool, cool. Hold on. She was found out guilty because of shitty investigation, period. Still believe she did it. I'm just putting her in the same category as OJ. Not OJ and Casey Anthony. Good Jesus, Georgia. Take it down a notch. Anywho, Georgia, you're more than welcome to your opinion. However, and I don't fully disagree with you. It could be just a shitty investigation, but honestly, that's on the police department. The glove did not fit. If the car did not hit, you must have quit. Okay, Georgia? That's how it worked. And by God.
Dude, I haven't spoken to Capone in like 2 years. But thank you, Marty. Yeah, I haven't spoken to Capone in like 2 years. He's fucking crazy. Kids are doing well. Sage is getting married. Dayton wants to join the military, and Phoenix is at college.
Golly, she's free. And they couldn't prove it. So, hashtag FKR. Okay? Anywho, so, Georgia, you're not going to keep getting me off track. Okay? Thank you very much. Okay. Anywho, so, I'm listening to this interaction, right? And never at one point in time does he say, like, okay, it was a misunderstanding. Like, it's all good. Like, whatever, right? He never backs down, right? And I think that, so that frustrates me. You're good. You're good, Georgia. So that kind of frustrates me in the moment because I'm like, if I misunderstood somebody and they're clarifying right here, right now, like in front of an audience, right? That they like that this is just a misunderstanding and you got all upset over nothing, right? Why can't somebody just be like, oh, my bad, it's all good? Like, okay, we don't have no beef then. All right, cool. Now again, maybe there's some more context to that shit behind the scenes. We don't know. I'm just going based off what we've seen publicly. Okay, all right. So kind of left everything alone. Stopped watching, thankfully. Okay. Hi, Laura. And then yesterday, I told you boredom always fucking gets me. Okay. So then yesterday I open up fucking Sinner's live chat. And it said, I think it said something like, let's discuss some things. Let's discuss. Oh, I've got something to say. And I was like, okay, consider me clickbaited. Let me go in here and see what he has to say. And honestly, in my head, I'm like, maybe he's gonna like go and clear it up. Like he was so angry that day, and like him and Melissa obviously have had something going on in their communications that maybe isn't just, vibing right. Okay, cool. Okay. So
Is she from Canada? Like, seriously, she says okay so many times. That's like a Canadian thing. Canadians do that. So that's why, is she from Canada?
I go into the stream and I listen. Number one, he sounds so fucking angry. And I'm sorry, but if this shit has you that angry, sounding just like Queen Bee's brother, I'm gonna need you need to go take a break.
Nunya, do you hear yourself? Do you hear Jonesin? When she gets mad, everybody sounds crazy when they get mad. You sound pretty upset in this too. Just saying.
And why the fuck are you out traveling on vacation doing your thing? Meanwhile, you're streaming every fucking day. And you're mad at people for contacting you while you took your 24 hours of your day off of YouTube. And you're angry at them for contacting you, but you do know you can ignore text messages, emails, phone calls. You can ignore all that shit. So you made a choice to not ignore it. I'm not going to feel bad for you. Okay. So I start to listen to this stream. And I'm listening to what he's saying, and I don't like most of it, but that's okay. Like, who the fuck am I, right? Okay. Then I get to a point where he so first it starts off with like he's talking about cluing Cletus, and he says he said, I'll kick the shit out of you, metaphorically and physically. And I was like, God damn. Now we're getting to the point where we're at physical threats of people. Okay. All right. That's big man energy. Okay. Sure. Okay. And then I keep listening. And then he says, he's talking about Queen Bee in another point, and he says, fuck, I'm going to paraphrase it because I know it's not exact words, but I can promise you it's enough. And because I don't have no fucking reason to lie. So there's that. Okay. There's no money involved in this shit. I go live every now and then. I don't give a fuck about subs. If I lost every sub I got today, I really ain't giving a fuck. So, okay. Anywho, there's no, like, I have no,
I fucking hate when people say that because it is such bullshit. Who are you going to talk to? Yourself? You wouldn't go live and state your opinion if you didn't want the audience. So just stop it. I hate when people say that. I mean, I can understand saying, like, you don't care if you lose some subs. I get that. But I don't give a fuck if I lose every. Yeah, you do. Because then you'd be talking to yourself.
motive to lie on him. Okay. That's what I'm trying to say. Anywho, so then he's talking about Queen Bee, and he's talking about like shit, shit just keeps getting worse. And he says, things are just gonna escalate, and it is going to continue escalating basically until somebody gets fucked up, and it won't be him. And I was like, God damn, another physical threat? Are you fucking kidding me? If you feel the need to physically threaten people, you absolutely sound fucking insane, unhinged, and do need to log the fuck off.
Okay, correct me if I'm wrong, okay? Didn't Jonesin physically threaten to beat someone up? And I'm not talking recently, I'm talking a while ago. But I'm pretty sure she did. And I'm not picking on Jonesin, but I'm pretty sure she's physically threatened someone. Maybe it was Queen Bee, I don't remember. But I'm pretty sure it was her that did. Correct me if I'm wrong.
Your mission, Sinner has convinced himself at this point so much so, like he used to say, he doesn't say it anymore, like everybody riled him up.
Jonesin didn't? I could have sworn she did. Oh, she did. Okay, thank you. Because I'm like, I remember her doing it too. I don't remember the who. I don't remember the situation, but I do remember thinking like, oh, Jones is going to kick someone's ass.
And started him on his way like a fucking lawnmower. We all pulled the fucking string. And now he's just mowing. He's out of control, mowing the lawn everywhere. He's mowing the neighbors' lawns, mowing the streets everywhere, right? Okay, cool. And he's like, well, you guys left me, right? You guys left me here after pulling the string on my lawnmower. No, bitch. The rest of us have some shit to lose. The rest of us just didn't give a fuck anymore. It was not worth our goddamn energy. There was this whole campaign he was running. Gone by June. It's the motherfucking internet. It's the motherfucking internet, and it is not that serious. You do not have, nor will you ever have, the authority, the allowances to kick anybody off of the internet. Molly Golightly left the internet, right? When YouTube seen what she did. Nobody got her removed. Nobody fucking got her kicked off. As
I am so fucking tired of repeating this, but let me state this again. Molly had lots of people reporting her. That is how they knew that she went live on another channel. It is not because of YouTube algorithm. She was reported every fucking minute by QB's people. Same thing with Zavgirl. Zavgirl had that whole thing spread around because of people like NUNYA, QB, and everybody that was over in QB's reporting her. Sorry, I got the hiccups.
as much as she likes to claim that shit, you know, it is ridiculous. And then I watch people, and some of the people who I have respected so fucking much, right, that are subs, right, and I watch them as people are saying things, right, that may be like they're pointing out. I seen somebody do it in one of Jones's chat where she was pointing out she didn't agree with Sinner on something or whatever. And then you've got all these fucking people in the chat who are like, Sinner's amazing. Sinner is wonderful. Sinner is everything. Sinner is doing God's work, right? Sinner is, yeah, Sinner, right? And I'm like, you do know you just are the Hive 2.0 at this point. You know, like, in all fairness, Cletus did say a few weeks for Sinner to pull up for a physical altercation with him. Listen, Linda, I do not doubt that whatsoever. But again, Cletus being who we all know Cletus is, right? Cletus who wears overalls, okay? No shame to the overalls. I'm just saying those overalls are not normal overalls, okay? All right. That guy is who like, what? That's the guy who, like, we want to, like, so basically what we're saying is, well, Cletus said it first. Then you're no better than them. And I'm not saying that to you, Linda. I apologize if it sounds like that. But like that, like, then if you are saying the same things that other people are saying, you're no better than them. So there was a lady who had made a comment. So during the stream that I'm watching, right? And I'm going to get to the point momentarily, okay? All right. Well, honestly, Sinner, I think he would say the same about you. You didn't just say fuck Cletus, but okay. All right. Anywho, so, okay. So then he goes on and he's reading Brianna's comment. Okay. And Brianna's comment is up on the screen. She's a sub, it sounds like. She has a difference of opinion. Okay, fine. She's not rewriting history in her comment. She's asking, I believe it was in Brittany J's comment section. So she's asking Brittany, like, how could you be outraged at this person doing this when Sinner has done this to Queen Bee, right? Like, how can you be outraged at one and not outraged at the other? And okay, all right, like, fair question. Okay. However, Sinner ends up meeting this with bitches and hoes and dumbasses and all this other stuff. So I truly want to know from those who support him wholeheartedly. He obviously thinks that he is like the god of the gods for YouTube, right? And he's on this mission. I don't give a fuck about that. If that gives him purpose in his life, then by golly, like, let him have it and nobody can say shit about that, right? That's totally fine. But my thing is this. Show me one person who can disagree with Sinner and not become a bitch. Show me one person who can call Sinner out in public, not in private, but can call Sinner out in public when he is doing something wrong and he accepts those words.
I've called him out. I've said stuff to him that I don't think is right. I'm not a bitch. So you're wrong, because I've done it.
He is open to that feedback. Because if you can't find that person, right, which I'm pretty sure you'd be pretty tight to find it, then all you really have is you have Queen Bee 2.0. Because that's part of the problem that we had with Queen Bee in the very beginning is nobody could tell her shit. And every one of her subs to this day that surrounds her, they encourage her. They buy her bullshit. Are you fucking kidding me, Sinner? Oh, the list could go on and on. I heard you in your stream. Which, again, bitch made move to put it on members only, but do you, boo? How you going to be out here talking all this shit? And then you're like, you're out here talking all this shit and you don't even stand on it. You go and fucking hide it. Like, what the fuck? That's some bitch made shit. But anyways, that's a different story for a different day. Okay. But in your stream, you talked about it yourself. ClickPunk said something to you along the lines of, you got too much ego. You got too much ego. You said, that's not ego, that's confidence. No, sir, that's ego. That is fucking ego. And pride is the number one thing that will destroy you. And it will continue to, it will eventually, because that's what Queen Bee did, right? She got all that pride. And she got all that shit. And she uses scare tactics, right? That's what she does.
I don't know about you guys, but Queen Bee never scared me. Sorry, but she hasn't. And I've had some blows with her, and she's lied about me. The bitch has never scared me. Maybe scared she's gonna sit on me, but no, she's never scared me at all. And Amber, I agree with that. One person is the creator of this channel, meaning me, and he's the only one who believes she deserves redemption and second chances, and he took heat for it. Absolutely. But right, Sue, like, I could tell him, I've told him things that I don't agree with. He takes it, and that's it. B scares Nunya. I agree. I don't, I'm sorry, I've never been scared by her.
And her channel does not thrive. I don't give a fuck what nobody says. She may make a lot of money, but her channel is not growing. She's been at the same 20,000 now for about what, a year or two, maybe ish. She's not growing. So it'll be you absolutely are.
That's actually not true. She is growing. She's now at almost 24,000 subs. I don't know how fast NUNYA thinks channels grow, but when she started, she was at like 1,500. She's now past me. So yeah, I think she's definitely growing.
Center, you have absolutely become the same exact thing that you call out. And that's my opinion. You don't have to appreciate it. You don't have to agree with it. Be triggered for all I give a fuck. I don't care. Anyways, so it is. You know what, Cobb? It really is. It is sad because ultimately, like, one of the biggest things, I had somebody message me the other day, and they were just saying how over the years they've been here about the same amount of time as I have. Chasing, shout out to Boston in the building today. I watched a little bit of your stream, and then I had to go to a meeting, so I paused it, and then I came back. And but I kept the chat up. I kept the chat up so I could see what the results were, and then I rewound so I could hear it again. I was like, "Yeah, woohoo!" So, anyways, you know what, Sinner, and I respect that. I've heard that I'm sanctimonious constantly. You know why though? Because you know what happens, Sinner, is there's something about me that bothers other people. You know why? Because I don't switch it up. The same person that I am here today is the same person I was here 2-3 years ago. You know what I mean? So I haven't changed. You have changed for sure. You're angry. You're egotistical. You're arrogant. Nobody can tell you shit because only you are right. You are never wrong. You do not apologize. And you put out misinformation and disinformation constantly, proudly.
NUNYA, are you looking in a mirror when you said all that? Because that describes you, honestly. I'm not saying that to be a dick, but that describes you to a T. Not about the misinformation, but everything up to that point is you.
You continue to exploit somebody's children and don't give a fuck. And you justify doing that to them.
Okay, now explain to me how he exploits somebody's children. What am I missing? Believe me, there are things Sinner's done lately that I don't agree with at all. Haven't been in his streams much. Still listen. Haven't really said much in his streams because there are certain things he doesn't that I don't agree with him. But and he's never in my streams. But what in the fuck is she? He does not exploit anybody's child. I don't understand. What am I missing?
Because of the words on the internet that they've said about you. Now, I don't agree with the words at all. By all means, do not agree with the words. It's fucked up. But you just joined her. That's all that you did. Like preaching to the choir, you are right. That's part of preaching to the.
Amber, I don't think so either. That's why I'm so fucking confused. When I keep hearing so many quote unquote educated people state how he exploits children. No, he doesn't. He's never exploited her kids.
The choir. Oh, I'm not mad. See, that's the difference between you and Sinner. You and I, Sinner. This shit don't bother me like that. It may bother me enough to strike up a live stream and say my opinions. Absolutely. But mad? No. Why would I be mad? I'd have to like care about you to be mad. And that definitely I am not. Oh my God. Oh man, that was funny. You don't have all the facts. You're rewriting history. Well, listen, unprivate that stream, and I can guarantee everybody can watch for themselves. The physical threats he was making, all of it, all of it. Every single female surrounding him is a bitch. And I'm going to be honest.
You know, Amber, you just brought up a really, really good point. Nunya, and same thing with you, Amanda. Nunya just said that she would have to care in order to, like, for it to bother her, she'll strike up alive. Why aren't you going after Clue? Why aren't you going after B? Why don't you have an opinion on them? Why don't you have an opinion about all the awful exploitation Clue does on BJ's kids? Why don't you have an opinion on that? Why do you only have an opinion on what Sinner does when you just stated you don't give a fuck about Sinner? Do you care about Clue and B?
Honest with you, and this may be a very unpopular opinion, but you act like you may have mommy issues. I'm just going to say it. Because you got issues with females. You don't vibe with any female who could potentially help you grow into a better person, or could potentially, give you good feedback or help you grow, and like you vibe with each other, or like, swords on the stone kind of a thing. Like, you don't.
All right. Who do you mean? Like you? Jonesin? Dietz? Who doesn't he vibe with that can help him become a better person? I'm just curious. I don't know, Lily. Maybe.
Don't vibe with any females unless they are submissive, quiet, and do what you want them to do. The second that they disagree with you, though, they're bitches, they're slurs or whores, they're sluts, they're crackheads, they're dumbasses, they're idiots, they're stupid. Like, they're all these fucking adjectives. That's crazy. Oh, Senator, trust and believe. I'm talking about what you show us on the internet. I'm not talking about anything else. I don't know you privately, nor would I ever entertain you privately. But publicly, this is the image you have put out.
I'm curious what she thinks about Cletus and Clue and Queen Bee and B Tim and Rowena. Why is she only talking about Sinner? That's an honest question. Why is she picking on Sinner if she doesn't give a shit? Because Cletus and Clue are far worse.
This is not an image that anybody else is putting on you. This is you putting this out. This is what you show people, and this is how you treat women. And again, if somebody specifically came for you and they're like, again, and I'll go back to a time where there were women out here. We know a couple of them because they're still around, but there were women out here saying like, oh, did you beat any women today, Sinner? Oh, Sinner beat women. It was on his record. Like, they were saying bullshit ass lies, right? And they were wrong. Completely fucking wrong. Like 1000% wrong. They shouldn't have said that. Now, if you want to call those people a bitch, right? I feel like there's a justification for that. That makes perfect sense. Okay, cool. But somebody who you call your friend and they're like, hey, I feel like your ego may be getting in the way. Like, hey, maybe dial it back a notch. Like, hey, that's not a good look for you, That person immediately is like, you bitch, get out of here. Okay. And then you wonder why people aren't like, again. At the part of, I can't, but you get them. Somebody speaks the truth about the facts of shit that you keep getting wrong intentionally about children. And you're like, bitch. Oh, I'm gonna need you to find a new word. Like, just find, like, I can't even. Exactly, Wanderer. Great to women. I'm dead. You're great to women like Proctor is great in an investigation. I'll say that instead of, because I don't know Proctor with women, but I'm gonna say like Proctor is to an investigation. That would be very, hey, just Jake, hey, Spivey. That would be very, an
Okay, let me just put this out there. Compared to Clue and B. Tim and I can't use Clue, she's not a guy. Compared to Cletus and B. Tim and the way they talk and treat Brittany, I'm sorry. I think Sinner looks like a fucking angel. But it's funny that nobody's calling out Cletus. Why is that? Nobody's even calling out B. Tim. Why is that? If you have such an issue that you want to call out Sinner, I would think that what they've done to Brittany deserves a calling out. Just my opinion.
Appropriate metaphor across the board. I'm good with that. Oh, let's see. Oh, no, that is not what I said. You are a dirty twister. That's what you are, silly goose. I can't. What is with the Muppet? Like, I don't understand the Muppet references. Like, that, you don't think that's kind of weird for a grown man to do? And that's maybe it's just not my thing. Maybe people get it. I'm definitely not twisting shit. I'm definitely not. Why? Where? Honestly, Sinner, if you knew me, you would absolutely know that, like, I've done some streams of set. I could play them for you if you need to hear. If you can hear what upset Nunya sounds like, trust and believe, I can guarantee you it does not sound like this. I'm not upset. I just think, I let's say I'm not upset. I can say you just have confirmed the early on disappointment that I have when you turned into Queen Bee. That doesn't upset me at all. Says the lady who rides a fake horse. I did not.
Then why don't you call out Queen Bee? That's what I don't get. Then why don't you call it out?
Put myself on the fake horse, just so you know. So if somebody else gave you the Muppet references, the goose and the waka wakas and those things, I retract that statement. But I'm pretty sure you got those all out of your toolbox on your own, and so that's a little bit different. Just saying. This is getting embarrassing. You should go back on your trip. Okay, just go back on your trip. It'll be fine. You'll be fine. Oh, look, Nunya's twisting shit. Couldn't be that he's saying and doing shit people aren't taking the way he thinks they are. Exactly. Well, and again, ultimately, Sinner only wants you to see things his way, because putting out the facts and putting out the truth and putting out the actual honesty of what has happened in a factual manner that does not push a narrative or does not push a bias, that's not what he wants, because that doesn't actually further his agenda. So I understand, like, don't get me wrong. I understand exactly what he's doing, because I experienced Queen Bee doing the same exact thing for however many years. And we've seen other people do the same exact thing. Granny has done it. Jay has done it. Brittany has done it. Like, there's so many people, like the list goes on and on and on, So it's not like it's like, oh,
And let me also say something that a lot of people will not say, but I will. So this is not to offend anybody. This is factual. And I know that there are people in this chat that are like me who've lost weight, but nobody who's obese is happy. I don't care how they want to sit there and say how they're so happy and comfortable with themselves. No, you're not. Because if you were, you wouldn't be obese. So I'm really sick and tired of looking at morbidly obese people like Nunya and others that she hangs with talk about how absolutely happy they are. No, you're not. Because if you were, you wouldn't overeat. Just saying.
New today. So yes, Chasing. I hope that I'm so watching that tonight. You're disappointed in me as well. Oh no, Sinner. That makes me so sad. Somebody on the internet who has no morals, no moral compass, calls women bitches like it's like calling them John.
And I wasn't body shaming, Amy, just so you know. I wasn't body shaming. I used to be heavy. And I had surgery. But my point being is that nobody who's obese, I'm not even talking overweight. Nobody that's obese is truly happy, or you wouldn't overeat. I mean, you overeat and I'm not talking a medical issue, but you overeat because you're miserable. You're trying to fill something. You're a food addict. All those reasons is how you get big in the first place. And you are trying to fill a void by eating. I'm guilty of it. A lot of us are guilty of it. So I'm not fat shaming at all. I'm just saying that nobody who's morbidly obese like Nunya is going to sit there and tell me how happy she is. No, you're not.
You know, and whores and crackheads and idiots and stupids, yet calls himself a man. Like, oh God, what will I do with myself? Fuck. I'll go reevaluate. Don't worry. Anywho, so that was one stream. So then I went to go and it's on members only, so it's privated for now. So it can't be seen at this point. And there you go, Sinner. Yeah. Bitches everywhere. For real. You're all bitches. You get a bitch. She gets a bitch. They get a bitch. You're all bitches. Okay. Now, son, calm down. Would that be better for you? Like, I don't know how your mom may have acted at one point in time that's led you to this led you to this point. But therapy works. I'm just gonna put it out there. Therapy truly does work, and getting a therapist that you can talk to and talk your issues out with, it is an amazing process.
Oh, absolutely, Alyssa. I have a child. One of my three is a food addict, and I know that he overeats because he's a food addict. But the bottom line is that it fills a void. It just does. He's had some issues in his life, and it's what he does. I'm glad he's not on drugs or alcohol or stuff, but yeah, it's a real thing. Yeah, it's um overweight, yes, not obese, unless there's a medical issue.
And that's for everybody. But yeah, a man calling other women bitches needs to look in the mirror to see the bitch. Just saying. Okay. But do you? Oh, Chasing, I don't disagree. And Chasing, that's why I said earlier, which you're probably not at this part of the stream, but there are a lot of people who definitely deserved the bitch title, at that point. But yeah, you're a happy bitch. That's cool. That's cool. I'm a content bitch. Unfortunately, I was a bored bitch this week. That's just terrible, you know? That's so funny. Therapy advice. It's definitely not therapy advice because I'm not a medical professional and I don't ever give out advice in that such way. It's simply an opinion on therapy, which I personally have participated a lot in my life in and have found great personal growth. Okay. Now I haven't arrived by all means. Still a little fucked up and broken. I got issues, but the difference is I can actually admit it. So are you going to talk about my asshole too? I don't tend to talk about people's assholes, vaginas, children. There are a lot of sacred things that are off limits for me. Yeah, so I don't do that. Okay. I don't know, Wolfie. I don't know. Honestly, I, I feel like the people who talk about a lot about assholes and those kinds of things, like they're just really not they're not very close to them. Like, eat one time and you'll be fine. Okay, you'll have a shitty day, but it'll be all right. It's all good, you know? Yeah, Wolfie, I don't want nothing to do with those. So, but then I went to go and watch. So I seen Johnson's post today, and I was like, oh, Queen Bee must be live again. Yay, woohoo. And I seen a comment that she had shown, and I thought, oh, hold on, everybody. We have to give notice. Sinner, we're going to be moving on from you, and you will not be the center of attention for a little while. I hope that you're completely okay. So,
All right, explain this to me. The whole video is an hour and a half. We have been listening for almost an hour. It's been all about Sinner. So why is she saying that, Sinner, you won't be the center of attention? She's made this entire live about Sinner. So you can't wonder why he thinks it's all about him, because for an hour you've made it about him, and the video is only an hour and a half. Make it make sense. Correct, Joy.
with that, I'm sure you'll still go on and on and on for a little while, but it's cool. Darn, well, you talked about my mother, my mental well-being. Definitely didn't talk about your mental well-being, because I don't know you well enough to know if you're, what your well-being of your mental is. Again, I did say, though, that the way that you act seems as if you have mother issues, mommy issues, just like there are some girls who act like they've got daddy issues. Also didn't talk about your mother. I talked about you and your issues. So there you go.
And Sinner doesn't talk about Queen Bee's kids. He talks about Queen Bee and her situation. Just like you just didn't say that you didn't talk about his mom, but you talked about mommy issues and that he might need therapy. There is no difference than what he does.
Anywho, moving right along. Oh, man. Damn it. I blocked somebody, and I thought that meant they were blocked from my channel, and I just seen that they are not. That's cool. Okay, well, it's okay. Anywho, I'm gonna move on now, Sinner. Okay. You are full of shit, lady. Look at how angry you are. Why are you so angry? Legit, you're so angry. What an angry little man. Like Napoleon. Are you short, potentially? You're like, you're full of shit, lady. Thank you for not calling me a bitch this time. I do appreciate that there, Good luck with that. I see you. Do you see me? I think you see my camera with the words Good Nunya across it in my avatar. You don't see me. Just like I don't see you. But do you?
Just think, picture a perfect community where people on this side called out the right people all the time instead of being weak ass bitches and calling out someone like Sinner. Imagine how far we might be able to get if the Holier Than Thou crew actually called out people like B Tim and Rowena and Clue and Cletus and Brandy Wine on Twitter. Imagine if all these righteous do-gooders called out the right people, we might just get somewhere.
You see me seeing you? I don't know. Does anybody see us together? I don't know. Just wondering. I came for the bitches. Hey, bitches. 6 Up Media just kicking in the door. Sorry, I have a cough. Oh, God, I can't. Oh, my goodness gracious. It is just, anywho. So Jones's post ended up making me go and watch Queen Bee stream. And there were 2 things in there that was just like, are you fucking kidding me? This is insane. Like, all of these people are insane. And I was like, okay, all right, cool. Linda, I respect that. I can respect that. Oh, bye, bitch. See you later. So the first thing was Clue was like, did you hear Johnson get all triggered when I talked about her milking not being able to be a lol cow? And then Queen's like, yeah, I heard her get all triggered. I heard all about it, right? And then they play the clip, right? And Joneson is like, I didn't go to try out for a lol cow. I went to go try out to milk the lol cows, right? Which is what milkers is. Okay. So, so Clue hears that as she only went to go be a lol cow. And she's like, see, she admitted it. And I'm like, I don't, but she didn't. Like, they don't listen with their real ears. I don't know what ears they listen with, like maybe the fake ears that they maybe put on, the fake ears you could put over your ears, like the fake, like elf ears, maybe. I don't know. They don't listen with their real ears, though. So she totally misses that point. And I'm like, but she's not triggered. Like, she's trying to explain to y'all that she has, like, what is happening? What's happening here, right? And I was like, okay. I'm late. Someone's asshole is angry and itchy, MK. Yes. MK, don't come in starting your shit. I can't with you. So then I'm like, okay. All right, so then I kept listening because I was like, maybe it's going to get better. Maybe it's going to get better. I don't know. So I keep listening. And then as I keep listening, then they go into talking about, and Queen ends up saying that.
Zoots, I was thinking the exact same thing. I thought to myself, all the shit Queen Bee has done, and you have no problem listening to her live, but make a fucking comment like, I'll never listen to Laura. How embarrassing. Like, Nunya, I seriously have embarrassment for you. I honestly do. And Truth Seeker, I am so sorry that you have to go to the doctor.
CPS. So Queen is listening to one of Britney's stream. Surprise! Okay, because that was shocking. And Britney says something, right? Britney claims that Queen Bee said that her children were removed from her home. Okay. Queen's like, I never said that. I said that they went to go be with your, DT, wake up. You're sleep typing. Don't worry about Deet. She'll be fine. She's just sleep typing in the chat, okay? It's not her. It's the pain meds. It's a recovery process, okay? And not the pain meds that like addiction, It's the pain meds of like she had surgery yesterday, okay? So just leave her alone, okay? We'll all have a good laugh about it later. Anywho, hi, Grandma. Yes, she does. She is very angry right now. I think so. I think it is code. Deets, are you talking about somebody's mom? Don't do that. Anywho, so Queen is like, I never said they were moved. I just said they left your house and went to like the grandma's house. And I'm thinking to myself, like, one, how the fuck would you even know that? How would anybody know that?
Because one of Britney's ex-mods was feeding Queen Bee information. And Queen Bee said, I remember it specifically, Queen Bee said that according to her inside source, CPS came and removed Britney's kids. That's what she said. And it came from Britney's ex-mod.
And I'm like, okay, all right, keep on listening. And then she goes on to say that they were moved because there wasn't working water in the home. Again, how would you know that? None of this is public information. So how would you know that? But then she goes on to even further say the water in the bathroom wasn't working. Again, I ask, how would you know that? Could you imagine somebody being so obsessed in life that they know when your plumbing isn't working in your house? Oh, but Nunya, that's not the case. That's not the case at all. You just hold on 1 minute. We wouldn't know if BJ didn't share. Because then Clue, KKK herself, hang on tight to your white robes. She goes on to say, we only know that because BJ shared, I don't know what the fuck they call her. I don't really care. But we're just going to call her BJ because that's what I call her. BJ shared that she had workers coming in her home and working. So that equated to her kids had to leave the house because there wasn't working water in the bathroom. And that's what CPS made them do. On the checklist.
Thank you, Truth Seeker. You can't not only have working water in one place. Water, if it's either on in your house or it's not. It wouldn't work in one bathroom and not in, the kitchen sink. So you either have it or you don't. So I don't believe that. Again, thank you, Truth Seeker.
List. What? Now, don't get me wrong. Is Brittany J an oversharer? Absolutely. Is it her life to choose to share whatever the fuck she wants to share? Absolutely. Is it right for anybody to discuss what she has publicly shared? Absolutely. It's called commentary. Get you some. But if you do not want, if you are willing to discuss public information that Brittany J shares about her children with her alleged CPS case or whatever the fuck it is, then you shut the fuck up when somebody starts talking about the public shit with your kids in a CPS case or a court case or a police report, because all that shit is public fuck.
Okay, now I'm totally confused. Did she or did she not just go off on Sinner for a fucking hour about this? About exploiting her kids and blah, blah, blah. And now she's all for what Sinner did, saying that Queen Bee doesn't. I'm so confused. Literally. I'm so lost at her point.
Fucking information. You do not get to cry victim over your shit, meanwhile calling somebody else out for playing victim with their shit. What? Either you stand for it or you don't. Make up your fucking mind. The way these people flip-flop Jesus Christ more than the old Navy SEAL. It's crazy. And every single person doing it to self. Let me tell you what else I've seen this week, okay? And I'm almost done with my rant because I'm almost done with my whole entire fucking YouTube history for the last week and a half. Thankfully. Okay. Then I see. So Granny went back to court, okay? Her not back to court, excuse me. Her restraining order had gotten appealed and she ended up winning the appeal. Okay? That's cool. If a court decided that needed to be in place, good for the court. I respect the courts. Okay, cool. All right. But then she goes on to say, I'm a winner. I win at everything. Now, while
Okay. This I know what she's talking about, and I agree. I could not believe Granny said this. And if you did not know what Granny said, Granny's Watching made the idiotic comment that she's going to win at everything she touches. So if anybody comes after her, she's going to win. Dumbest fucking comment I ever heard anybody say. But she's not the most educated, so I get it. But I could not believe she fucking said it.
I respect the fuck out of that confidence. I ain't mad at the confidence. Do you, girl? But you can't keep claiming you're a winner on everybody else's dime. Just a little bit confusing. Okay? People who win no matter what, right? Okay. Yeah, Captain Avi, you know it's coming. A couple more weeks. The Old Navy sale for flip flops is coming. Dollar, they may be $2 by now. Dollar flip flops, get you some. I'm telling you, they're amazing. Anywho, and you don't mind the fact that they're going to fall apart pretty quickly because you only paid $2 for them. It's cool. Okay. The problem is again, I can understand that the process for the whole I don't even know what the fuck it's called now. I'm not calling it RICO because it wasn't. Whatever. The judgment. Okay. The whole process for that had to have been stressful. I can recognize that 100%. Okay. I can recognize that it was unwarranted and unjust. I can recognize that as well. Okay. I cannot recognize that you absolutely play a part in something day after day alongside with your friends and act like you do nothing. It's a little bit confusing. That makes you not a winner in my book. But again, who the fuck am I? A person who goes live once every 4 fucking weeks, maybe 6 weeks, depends on how the fuck I feel and how much I can really consume or how bored I get. They always talk about standing on it. Why not sit down and think about it for once? Listen, 6 Up, none of these people think about shit before they do it, say it, be it, anything like that. Clue is a very evil and foul person. I apologize. She is an online bully. Well, Spivey, here's the thing. There are a lot of people who take great joy in being an online bully. I think it's, it may be Sinner. I don't know if that's where I seen it, but he's formed the anti-bully bullies. So they're going to like bully the bullies. But then you just basically have become a bully. So I don't, that's very confusing and contradictory, but there are a lot of people here who have found great joy in being a bully, which that's their thing. It's what they do. I think I respect your opinion of her 100%. I just think that she's, I think she's a racist person, a racist opportunist, truly. She will do any and everything and say anything to fit in anywhere so that she can be seen and make money. That's what she's here for. And she shows that. So it's simple. That's one of the reasons why I don't like talk about her or cover her very much, is because I don't like to give racists the time and energy that they so desire. How in the world did BJ become the money maker for QB, Clue, Nonsense, and many others? There has to be someone more interesting than BJ that they can cover because she's easy, just Jake. And I'm sorry, some people won't like this, but she's an easy target. She'll respond. She doesn't control her panel. She lets people on her panel who say foul shit. She lets people in her chat that say foul shit, and she doesn't get them under control. Can you control a sub? No, but you can set the tone. You start blocking some people for saying some foul ass shit about others, guaranteed they won't come in under the next alt saying the same shit.
Nunya, you're 100% wrong on that because I was a target for many years and I didn't do any of that. So that blows your entire theory out the water.
So she's become an easy target and she's made herself an easy target. And I think that she is making money as much as they are. Maybe not on the same level, but I think they're all making good money off of it. And I think that, I think if she didn't want it, there are a lot of steps that she could take, but she doesn't feel like she needs to change anything. She feels like that's backing down to bullies and whatever. It's her page. It's her life. It's her family. She could do whatever the hell she wants to do, but she is their content. And she will continue. I seen JP in her earlier saying something about Betty going to jail. Betty ain't going to jail. Stop saying that. Y'all been trying to lock Betty up for the last like year. Maybe 2. Actually, 2.5 years. Actually, since fucking Quentin Simons. So what was that? That was late, I think 2022. So November will be like what? 22, 3 years? She ain't going nowhere. Betty gonna be right there in Florida with her shingles off of her roof. It is the most counterproductive thing to call people out. That's the reason why I refuse to do it. I think I would much rather go live and give my opinions about shit. That way, it's my opinion. You don't have to agree with it. You could like who you like, go where you want to go, say what you want to say. I don't give a fuck. Like it's not going to make a difference to me. But I mean, again, other than like, if you go saying if you say I didn't agree with Nunya when she said blah blah blah, that was pretty foul of her to say or whatever. Like I can respect that as your opinion. I get that. Like I'm of opinions, so no big deal. Now you start talking shit about me, that fat ass bitch. She shouldn't have said shit. She's such a bitch, right? We may have some beef then, but outside of that, I don't care. Like that's why I come here and I just give my opinions and I go the fuck home. And by go home, I mean log the fuck off. I don't know. They have been trying to lock her up for years. Exactly. She won't go as low as they go. If BJ really wanted it to stop, then she would stop responding to them. I agree. They have also cornered their market viewers and run a 20. I do agree with that, Cap. Now, again, it's a business model. I ain't mad at it. Make your money, do you, boo? But I also... I thought about it the other day. I heard somebody said the other day, like, stop going after Brittany. You know that this is her primary income and that's how she provides for her kids. Okay. Well, this is Queen Bee's primary income and it's how she provides for her kids. This is Granny's primary income and this is how she provides for her children. Like there's so many different people that applies to. You don't, again, stop taking one thing and only applying it to the fucking people that you like. Apply that shit across the board to everybody. It makes no sense to me. Not the shingles. Yeah, the shingle, the good shingle. I don't know how these people go from chat to chat with nothing but BG. But you know what it is, not that Amber. Me personally, I struggle. I'm not going to lie. Even when Johnson has to be reviewing Clue, who's reviewing Brittany, for me to even like listen. Yeah, be safe, Lindsay. For me to even like listen, and that's no shade on her. Like again, her market is her market, and her audience is her audience. That's cool, but I just can't like. It's very slow. Like today. Today, even Queen Bee is the same now. When she was up there by herself, it was a lot different. But I had her on 3.0. And I still found myself fast forwarding constantly. And I was like, okay, either I talk like I'm on methamphetamines, or these people talk like they are on 0.50 in normal life. I don't know which one it is. I don't even care which one it is. Well, I know I'm not on.
That's called marijuana.
Methamphetamines. Just putting that out there. Okay. I just want to put that out there because I don't need no rumors to start. Okay. I do not do any type of drugs. It's not my thing. Never smoked marijuana. Not my thing. No judgment to those who do. However, just want to clear that up. But I know I talk fast, and putting me on 2.0 is not even going to be able to do it. I don't understand why people watch other creators that they don't like. Why? I think there is... Oh, hold on. Sorry. Am I back? Yeah, there we go. Okay.
Guys, correct me if I'm wrong. Am I the only person that feels if I don't like someone, I don't want to hear someone review them? That's why I don't listen to anybody anymore about Betty, Brittany. Like, And it's not that I'm against Britney or anything. I don't want to hear about her all the fucking time, every single day. If I don't like someone, if I wanted to go watch someone, I'll go to their channel and watch them. But to constantly review someone and then claim how much you don't like them, then why are you watching a review on them? It doesn't make sense to me.
I think that well, okay. So I'm a little bit torn with that, right? At one point in time, I watched a lot of people who I did not like and who would frustrate me or make me feel some type of way when I would watch them. Because I was a nosy bitch and I was, I was in too deep, right? Okay, at that point. I think that when you take those steps away and you kind of regather yourself, like I was able to go back in those streams now. Like I'm not sub to any of those people now, but I go into those streams now and like minutes in, I'm like, oh, same bullshit. Let me get rid of that. Like I have no interest in listening to that anymore, So that's me. So I I think that those who constantly watch, they're either A, watching for somebody to fuck up, because that's, there's that. And B, I also think that they are in too deep. I think that that hatred that has been created for that person, or the strong dislike, because some people are like, I don't hate them, I don't know them. Okay, that strong dislike for that person that they have, like it drives them because they want to be able to watch that person and see what they're doing so they can report it back, or they can say, oh, did you see that so and so did such and such today? So I don't know. Can you imagine how stressful it must be to support a family by bashing other creators on YouTube? You would be completely dependent on it, just Jake. So you would be completely dependent on it. I couldn't imagine that being my life. If that was the way I provided for my family, was just by talking shit about other people and their children and their families and their income and all of that shit. And that's how I keep the lights on. And oh, here's this McDonald's, we can go get it today because somebody paid me to talk shit about this person. I don't know. I want to know what the fuck happened to the glare. We had the Karen Reed verdict today and he hasn't been live. I'm concerned. Uh-oh. Oh, he's on his way to Boston. George, I can't. Oh, stop it, Jacob. Don't you dare. Don't do that. No, I don't think she is Nicole B. That makes sense. I just can't watch someone that I don't care for their content. Maybe. I'm like, where the F is the Claire? I love how Turtle Boy was pretty much ignored by Karen. So okay. So when I heard the verdict, you could hear everybody screaming outside, right? I want to go and watch tonight. I'm going to watch them, but I want to watch the view of like outside looking in. That's what I want to watch. Like, I want to see the people. Like, I want to see the whole crowd go into an uproar. That's what I do want to watch. But I don't watch the glare. Does him and Karen Reed have something going on? I have no clue, Doohickey. I don't even like to start rumors like that. There is no facts behind that I'm aware of. So just saying, there's no stability in it. No, there's not. Well, to be honest, though, Chasing, if we're being real, I don't think that there's any stability, even in true crime. You legit have to. I think the only thing that provides stability at this point is consistency and vulnerability and transparency. I think that's probably the best, for those who I've seen go from little channels into big channels, mostly on TikTok. Of course, YouTube is a little bit different, but that's what I was thinking. That's my conspiracy. Who said that about the glare? I don't know, Captain Avi, but y'all know how I feel about the glare, so don't you dare come for him. I'm just saying. He's supposed to stream 2020 on Kick tonight. Oh, really? Oh, Lindsay, can you type? I know we're in Discord. Can you
All right, I've had enough of her. She's almost done though. So if the glare is on his way to Boston, good for him. And I was just thinking, we found out about the Karen Reed case on my panel from Chasing and Deets. Glare was on with me. And that's how we found out about Karen Reed. I'll never forget that. It was like a 5-hour stream. Ah! So, I don't know what made me think of that, but yeah. So, Nunya, you're a hypocrite. Just saying. But she's entitled to her opinion just like everyone else. I'm not going to bash her for having an opinion, but very hypocritical. Yeah, he has been to Boston, but he's making good money, so he's got the money to do it. But I think it's great though that he went there, that he's going back. Oh. Yeah, there is lots of good true crime. I found some great channels. Yeah, but is he grown or is he just making a lot of money? I mean, you have to remember that. I'd go too if I was making his money. Claire has been embraced. I thought you were. At first, I read that as embarrassed. Oh. Melanie Little made a fucking fortune on this, and she didn't even leave her house. Yeah, he has raised a lot of money for her. Because he hooked up with Turtle Boy. We'll see if he's grown. After this dies down, let's see how he's grown. I mean, seriously. The truth is after this dies down. Then we'll see. But he may ride Turtle Boy's back. I mean, he may stick with Turtle Boy through the next case. You know what I mean? He may have found a lifelong friend in Turtle Boy. And they'll move on to Sandra Birchmore. I really hope that John O'Keefe does get justice. Because, yeah, she was found not guilty, but will they investigate the Alberts? Will they go after them? Well, that's honestly, Amanda, that's why I like Carl. I forgot his last name, but he's a lawyer. But he was like, don't give me super chats, give it to the defense. I thought that was awesome. He earned my respect that day. I was like, what a fucking good attorney. Sorry, I'm going to get off because I'm going to keep yawning. Oh. And I'm going to keep yawning. So, Sandra Birchmore. But that's what I'm saying. Like, justice, she needs justice. He's still his authentic self. Who, Clara? Clara's my boyfriend. Don't pick on him. Can't pick on the glare. All right. I heard that today. I thought Turtle Boy was found not guilty. What am I missing? I thought they said Turtle Boy won and it's not guilty. So why is everyone saying he still has charges? Were there different charges that he was found guilty on? I mean, different charges that he wasn't not guilty? Because I've heard that all day today about next is Turtle Boy. Oh, that was for his ex that he was found not guilty. Oh, okay. I thought it was not guilty across the board. Yeah, I admit it. He's my boyfriend. Oh, Glara, where are you? Glara's my man. I knew he won something. I just couldn't remember. Oh, I don't think so, Sweet Misery. Because, somebody said it today. I think Mark Betterow said it today on Melanie Little. Something like, now that she's not guilty, what are they holding him on? He was right the entire time. So how are you going to charge him with anything when he was right the entire time? And I thought that was an excellent point. I'm like, yeah, she was found not guilty, so how are they going to still charge him? That doesn't make any sense. You can't still charge him when she's found not guilty. That's kind of dumb. Oh, personally, I think all those charges should just be dropped. Period. Done. Even more importantly, now that it should be not guilty. You know? That's crazy. Sorry, I'm getting off though before I yawn again. It's only 11:30. I'm getting old. I think being around a little kid gets me tired. Because, man, I've been tired. But I got news for you guys. So I know I promised candles soon, but I'm waiting on a final wax melt stuff. Because, I am so bad. I want everything, done at once. We now have body mists. We have oils. We have room sprays. We got a whole new line of stuff that you guys are going to love. Love, love. Joy, you're going to love the new oils. Tons of stuff. I went in too deep. Let's just say that. So, I have wax melt case coming. So, I will never run out of wax melt containers for a while. But I'm waiting on lotion. I have lotion, but I'm waiting on a couple of scents that I got notification today we're delivering. Then I'm going to start making a fuckload of candles, get out some of these scents. But yeah, I made 12 body mists. I used a rose today. It's really good. I could still smell it on me, and I sprayed 4 squirts at 3:30 this afternoon. So I'm like, damn, this is good. No, that's what I'm waiting on, Sweet Misery. I told you I ordered Gain. I ordered April Fresh. Oh, and the air fresheners. Those I'm waiting on too. Those come with Sweet Misery scents. But that's the final thing that I'm adding in the collection. And we have so much stuff coming. You guys are going to fucking love it. We have great prices. It is phenomenal. I decided to outbranch and do a lot more stuff. And it's coming along great. And I'm also focusing a lot on wax melts. I'm probably going to get burners to sell, but I got to sell some other stuff first. But I ordered a case of empty shells for 700 of them. So yeah, I'm pushing wax melts. I got wax melts for days. So yeah, we got good stuff coming. I don't know why I'm not selling it slowly. I'm just the person in me, everything's got to be done at once. So I have to have everything done and then I'll start selling it, which is kind of dumb, but I don't know, just the way my brain goes. So yeah, I'm waiting on the final things, and we're going to post on the website, rearrange the website, and boom. Should be only a couple of days now. Now that I got notification, the air fresheners and the scents that I ordered, plus the lotions will be here within a few days. So hopefully by Sunday, everything will be up and running. And yeah, you guys are going to love it. All right, I'll see you guys later. Oh, subscription people, just so you know, you guys are going to get a free air freshener. Let me know how they are. So if you want to be somebody that wants to always try brand new products, then I would recommend doing a subscription for candle subscription, candle of the month. It's only $30 a month, free shipping, and you get to try out every product before it hits the market. On that note, I will see you guys later. Have a wonderful night. Peace. Thank you guys for the super chats, and I will see you guys mañana.